Hey, what's going on, guys? I've got some cleaning to do. Alright, so I don't think this is going to be too bad, honestly. Famous last words there. Really, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it in this bucket of soapy hot water and let it soak for a while. And then scrub it down with some brushes and see where it's at after that. There's a lot of dirt on just the surface, so I think it's got to be clean before I can really worry about polishing the metal and making it look right for this. I don't even know what it's called. Like elbow vent thing. They stick it on the wall and they're pointed down. I don't know. Robot penis, maybe. Anyways, let's chuck it in the water. It's away. I just retired my electric toothbrush. Got a new one, so I'm going to use the old one for cleaning stuff. Convenient. No, that's way better already, Jack. Alright, the hot water and soap did a good job of just knocking all the surface stuff off. I just gave it a quick scrub over. It still has a layer, like a film, like kind of oily, waxy stuff. I don't know what it is. Maybe some sort of cosmoline or something like that. But I think it's aluminum, so I don't know why we'd need cosmoline. Or maybe it's just oil from the engine. I don't know. But it's kind of thick and sticky and doesn't want to really come off. So I'm just gonna let it sit in the hot water with the soap for a while and come back to it, and hopefully a lot of it will just fall off. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, so I'm gonna be back in a minute, or just a second for you guys. Alright, that's going to be all I can do tonight. well, it doesn't really matter to you because you're just watching a video. It's getting late for me. Yeah, that stuff does not come off easily. That white, there's like this white stuff. It's like a, I don't know, it's not a film, it's like a powder, but it's like hard on the surface. And when I hit it with the wire wheel, it just turns into a puff of smoke, but it doesn't, it's reluctant to come off, you know. And there's still little bits of it. I don't know if you can see, like in the cracks and crevices. If I turn it up like this, you can see all the little white crap in there, especially in the corners. It's really hard to get at. So I got a couple things I'm going to try later on. I ordered some stuff off Amazon, some different bits. So waiting for those to come in, so that'll be a couple days from now. And yeah, it's coming along. It looks way better than it did. I mean, compared to the slightly brown, crusty thing it was before, it's polished up pretty good. I do want to get these inner fins kind of like looking, you know, a little bit better. I don't like those little white spots in them. So I'm gonna keep working on it. But yeah, I got some more stuff on order that'll be here in a couple days, and I'll try those out and see how those work out. Alright guys, it's probably been, I don't know, at least a week since I last messed with this, since the last clip you saw. I am confused by this because looking at the reference photos, and I'll post a few right now on the screen here for you, you can see that the piece on the wall is much brighter, shinier metal, whereas this is dark. It looks like steel. I don't think there's any chance that this is actually steel because it's light. If it was steel, it would weigh like twice as much, at least. I've cleaned it up as best I can, and it is just this dark metal. And so I think that there's some sort of coating, or maybe, you know, it being an engine part, maybe it's just been cooked so many times that maybe the oxide layer on the surface has gotten really thick and dark, or so. I have no idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get through this. I suspect there's a brighter colored metal underneath this surface. So I'm going to hit it with some tools and see if I can get through it and see what it looks like real quick. Then I got to figure out how I'm going to get the rest of it off, especially on the inside where I'm already having difficulty cleaning. There's those little white spots and that stuff in the corner. It doesn't want to come off, and it's really hard for me to get in those crevices with a wire wheel because the wire wheel is just too big. All right, so let's try some sanding. All right, first up, I'm going to try on the inside here. Nobody's ever gonna see that. If I mess up and there's a weird mark in here, then, you know, oh well. It's on the back. So, safety first. This is an 80 grit flap wheel if anyone is interested. Link down in the description. Oh, hey! Oh, I can smell it. Wow. Yeah, that's much brighter metal. Oh, let me try down here. It's a little bit easier to film. It'd be easier if I film like a flat surface over here. Okay. Stay. So look at this. Look at how bright that is. That is a huge difference. And then I don't know if this is going to pick up. Let me see here. But in there. So now my next problem is this it's the round peg, round hole, except this hole's got fins in it, and it does not fit. So how do I clean it? And then this is also not going to fit in here, which is not a problem. I can hand sand that if I have to, or file it, or do whatever. Yeah. So this is going to take some sort of method that I don't have. Got to think about that. And it would be ideal if I could do the whole thing as one, but that way it's all a consistent type of finish. And these pieces I think actually need to come off. I don't see them on the prop that's on the wall, but I got a feeling they're going to be real hard to take off. But that's not something I really need to worry about at the moment. I need to get this clean, or the surface not clean, but like if I had a sandblasting cabinet, that would be ideal. And I could get in a lot of crevices and things, but I don't have one. I don't have room for one. I also don't want to spend the money on one, because part of that is it takes up just so much space. I don't have enough space for one, because you gotta have a compressor. I do have a compressor, but then you gotta buy the big bucket of media and all that crap. But I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, one trip to Harbor Freight, and I now have a vibratory tumbler. Sounds like a sex toy. It's not, I hope. It looks like it would hurt. This, I put the part inside, I put a media inside, it vibrates. It's like the same media you'd use in a sandblasting cabinet. Anyways, you put it in there, it vibrates with the part in there, and it tumbles it and gets all the stuff off the surface. It's good for rust removal, paint removal, things like that. Nice thing is I don't have to sit there and babysit it, but I don't know how long this is going to take. It might take 10 minutes, it might take 10 days. I have no idea. But new tool day. Alright, so looking at a bunch of different options, I decided on this vibratory tumbler. I feel like it's going to be aggressive enough and gentle enough not to mess this part up, but I'm hoping it will take this surface down and give me a nice shiny aluminum colored metal underneath. My one concern though is that it's not going to fit in there. I know it looks like it is, but there's that post that's in the middle, and I'm worried about getting the part inside and it fitting, because there's not a lot of space. Anyway, so I'm about to find out if it's gonna fit. I might have to take this off. It wouldn't hurt to take that one off either. Alright, so as of right now it does not fit. So before I take it back to the store, I think I gotta do my due diligence and remove this part and its little brother on the bottom. Try to get rid of those pieces first, and that way they're out of the way of that post and they're not hanging up on the edge. It might fit. If it does fit, it's going to be real tight. It's going to be real close. So I might be returning it immediately, because there's no point in me having that if I can't fit what I need in it. The whole point I bought it for was cleaning this. I mean, I could use it for other things, I'm sure, but I'm not working on that many things lately, so I don't need to spend $100 on a vibratory tumbler and the media for it. Anyway, let me get to trying to take those little doodads off. Alright, well that's got to sit for a minute, let that penetrant work. I was hoping I could just cut the end off that pin and pull it out. Didn't work. As you saw. Actually, I never did try the other side. I might be able to pull the other side. I should probably try. I'll do that. I'm not going to film it, but I'm going to do that. Oh, don't know where that went. I'm this close to just taking it over to my belt sander and just grinding that shit down. I'm gonna let the penetrant work for a little while, and I'm gonna come back. Hopefully I don't forget about it or get too busy. But it might just come down to me chucking on a like 60 grit belt and just chewing my way through it, because it's pissing me off. And it's about had its day. Alright, I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, it's been overnight for that to be sitting in penetrant. I've got myself a hammer and a punch. I'm going to see if I can pop it apart, at least on the one side. I don't know what I'm going to do about the one that still has the pin in it, but we're going to try things. And if it comes down to it, it's going to go over to the belt sander and get just ground down. So, let's get to punching. It's going to take a while. Starting to go. There's a little separation here. This edge I couldn't grind off is flaking up. Well, it's budged just a little bit. This is taking forever. Now I'm starting to think maybe I should just drill it. The hard part is getting it straight and supported in the drill press, because I don't want to try to hand drill it. So maybe let me see if I can rig up something for the drill press. Okay, the pin's still, or the little threaded rod is still in there. Most of the that pin that goes through the base where it connects is gone. It's still held in there though. I need to see if I can not drill anymore, because I feel like I'm all the way through on one side, because I couldn't quite figure out how to get it level perfectly. So I think maybe I might be able to just bash it with a hammer and a chisel or something like that, and there's not much material left, so I might be able to just pop it out that way. So that's what I'm going to try now. If I have to drill more, then I will, but we're going to try the hammer method again. I got it out. I'm happy about that. Actually, I should be able to test fit to see if it fits in that tumbler now. The vibratory tumbler, not a sex toy. I'm going to see if I can fit it, because this was the main one that was in the way, because it was hitting that post that runs down the center. So let me wipe this off real quick and see if it'll fit, because I think that's going to determine whether or not I return this thing, and then I don't know what plan B is, or C or D. So yeah, let's see, let's hope, let's send good thoughts. see what happens. Okay, well, it doesn't fit. It will not fit, period. Because once I got past that point where it was hanging out before, there's a center like cone on the inside that is the kind of the support for the where it attaches and the rod comes through the middle. But that cone, the top of that cone, is sticking in too far and preventing the piece from settling all the way down in. It's probably like a good, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch to an inch sticking out the top too far. So I got to box this thing back up and take it back to Harbor Freight and think of some other solution. I don't think a soda blaster would do it. I just don't think it's going to be powerful enough. I think it'd have to be sandblasting, you know, some sort of harder media blasting. I'm not sure that walnut blasting would do it. It might. I just don't think, I can't get the inside of the vents, you know. So the inside here is the problem, and all these little crevices around the edges, you know, the little corners and stuff like that. So I might be able to get fingers in there, but I'm not going to ever be able to get a good polish on it, because a lot of the tools I have, they're just too big. They, like anything for the flex shaft. Wire wheels, I've already discovered, do not cut through that surface. So I don't know. I gotta come up with something. But what I'm gonna do in the meantime is I'm gonna remove this top post, this guy. I don't think I'm gonna film that. I'm just gonna do it because you guys just watched me do it, and there's no point in watching me do it twice. Seems silly. And if anybody has any ideas on solutions that are not terribly expensive, like buying a big sandblasting cabinet and all that, it's more than I want to spend, and it's more than I have room for. So I'm kind of like, what do I do here? So if anybody has ideas, put them in the comments, please. I'd very much appreciate it. It's gonna be, I might start sanding parts I can get to, but I'd rather it be like a nice consistent finish. So maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I'm gonna put some links in the description for like some of the Dremel bits and probably some drill bits and a hammer, maybe some punches. Yeah, I'll just throw some tools down there. They're Amazon links. If you click on them and buy something, I get a tiny kickback out of it, like, you know, like pennies. It doesn't cost you anything, and I very much appreciate it. So that'll be it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.